Today, we celebrate the inquisitive minds that question the norms of our times, challenge conventions, and boldly push boundaries to discover new possibilities. Today, to truly change the present, let's embody the essence of this moment. Hello, everyone. I'm Rishabh Singh from the Reliance family, and I extend a warm welcome to all our wonderful innovators to this elimination round of TUP 9.0. Get ready with your ideas for a fierce battle of brains because the winners of today will move forward to our regional finale of the most prestigious B School competition in the country, the Ultimate Pitch Season 9. So let's get started. At Reliance, we are all about embracing fresh ideas and fostering innovation. It's in our DNA, which is subsequently reflected in each of our businesses and social initiatives. The Ultimate Pitch was born out of this exact spirit. It is a platform for curious and innovative minds who want to break away and showcase their next idea to the world. This is TUP's ninth season, and let me tell you, it has been a journey like none other. We flagged off the competition physically in top 15 B schools of the country. At each of these institutes, we were met with enthralling audiences. The insightful sessions led by our inspiring leaders were overly captivating. But that was only the beginning. We then reached thousands of you through our digital platforms and virtual events, making this contest a pan India celebration of ideas and innovation. Now, with absolute delight, I want to show you all a sneak peek into our campus launches and launch premiere with this video. What a mesmerizing response TUP has had this year. Over 19,000 registrations, more than 1,500 idea submissions, and now we move into the final elimination rounds. We thank you all for making it such a memorable launch. TUP Season 9 kicked off with a bang. Enthusiastic innovators from all over the country registered to the battle for the grand prize. Each one of the ideas submitted was unique, ambitious, and had a genuine intent for solving critical real world problems. Our evaluators work round the clock to make sure that none of the submissions went unnoticed and shortlisted those ideas that had an extra edge over the others. Those exceptional teams with remarkable ideas have qualified for the elimination round for this one of a kind competition. So, a big congratulations to all the top 90 teams who have made it to the elimination rounds. Kudos to you all. Now, before we go ahead, let's now do a quick rundown of what's expected to happen. So, I shall be calling out the team's names and we'll play that 3-minute video on the screen. Then, the team will get 3 minutes for their presentation pitch, followed by a 4-minute quick question and answer session. Post each team's presentation, we will have the jury to take a minute to score the teams individually before we move to the next team. Now, I'll you'll be judged on 5 parameters. Your idea should be futuristic, practical, scalable, and should challenge conventional wisdom and have a strong business case as well. So now, for the victors, the national winners get a grand prize. But we are also pleased to inform you that we have other rewards also. Elimination round winners and runner-ups receive INR 50,000 and 25,000 respectively, along with TUP merchandise. And national finalists get mentored by CXOs and entrepreneurs of Reliance-owned startups, and all our national finalists will be awarded with a pre-placement interview opportunity with Reliance Industries. So gear up and give it your best. But wait, what's a competition without a jury? So we have some of the top minds of Reliance with us today, and they will be closely assessing your presentations, evaluating your ideas, and will provide their inputs at the end of your presentations. So It gives me immense pleasure to announce the jury for this elimination round. We
We
have
have
with
with
us
us
Dr.
Dr.
Anurag
Anurag
Pandey,
Pandey,
Division
Division
Head
Head
of
of
Hydrogen
Hydrogen
Economy,
Economy,
and
and
Mr.
Mr.
Luna
Luna
Mohanty,
Mohanty,
Head
Head
of
of
People
People
Development.
Development.
So
So
let's get
let's get
started,
started,
and I
and
would
I would
like to
like to
call
call
the
the
first team on stage, which is Accelerators.
Hi, we are Team Accelerators from IIFT, and we present to you our idea for the Reliance TUP challenge. With technological progress, Indian agriculture underwent significant changes, becoming capital intensive. Farmers are now relying on credit for farm inputs and production improvement, and so agricultural credit plays a crucial role in boosting production and market growth. At the same time, it is equally important for financial institutions to build a sustainable agri loan portfolio where they can carry out income and farm assessments in an easy and a cost effective manner. Bearing these in mind, and in an effort to improve access to timely credit and financial inclusion for the agricultural sector, we have come up with a new concept. Agri-lending today is a space where financial institutions typically face challenges arising from assessment of new to credit customers, such as no CIBIL score, absence of alternate data, and needs for physical visits for verification. With this idea, financial institutions will now better be able to process loan requests and make informed lending decisions under agri loans. Hence, to change the game for agri lending, we get set to cut out risk and bring to you our concept, Farm Test.
Farm Test enables farmers to use data science. Now let's look at how this concept works and how it will help farmers solve this fundamental problem. Farm Test is a plug and play concept that collects data, analyzes it, and provides an aggregate score called Farm Test score, which will be sold to credit agencies like TransUnion, CIBIL, Equifax, to help the farmers in providing their credit worthiness, to raise capital and help lenders to identify the credit worthy farmers. Farm Test, with the help of an IoT model, collects data like irrigation condition, the cropping intensity, the crops grown, and much more. Now, this data will be analyzed along with image processed satellite data, which can show the percentage of land cultivated, the potential yield depending on the crops grown, and based on that, farmers will receive their farm test score, which will be used for effective credit risk assessment for various farms. Using the analytics and predictive model, FarmTest empowers banks to establish agri-credit worthiness score based on a combination of various data points, such as what was historically grown by the farmer and what potential exists in the particular region. A higher farm score indicates that the customer has better farming practices and farm productivity. And a dashboard with relevant data will be provided for better management.
In this way, it also facilitates farmers to remotely monitor farms' performance and crops health in real time with the Farm Test app. There, they can also monitor if they have taken any loans based on their Farm Test score. It is very crucial for farmers not to avoid losing their land and go bankrupt. Thus, Farm Test enhances productivity of crop along with mitigation of crop failure and helps financial institutions such as agri-banks and agri-insurance companies to assess farmers' situation using data analysis and predictive modeling. With this, we request you to join hands with us in this movement to uplift the farmers of this nation. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We are Team Accelerators from IIFT Delhi. Farmers face loan barriers from inconsistent yields and lack of a reliable credit scoring system, risking land and credit access. As you can see in the graph, while big farmers get loans from banks, lenders hesitate to serve small farmers due to concerns over no history, collateral, and high risk of non payment. Now, coming to our idea farm test. It's a seamless system that gathers agricultural data, processes it, and churns out an agri risk score by looking at the satellite images and an on ground data using special computer programs. This score showcases their credit worthiness to financial institutions, aiding them in securing capital more effectively. For the data collection, we'll be using multiple sensing devices like aerometer, soil pH sensor, etc., which will help us in monitoring the entire farming cycle. Additionally, for gathering some field data, combination of devices and machinery like remote sensors, drones, etc. also will be used.
Now, once we are done with the collection, we'll combine the on-ground and the satellite imaging data and run it through multiple layers of our ML model. From that model, we'll generate our aggregated score. We call it a farm test score. And based on that score, we'll categorize our farmers into 5 tiers according to their credit worthiness. The next step is to sell that score to the credit rating companies like TransUnion, Equifax, etc.
and that's because of two reasons. The first is existing farmers' credit scores can be combined with our farm credit score for better risk assessment. And the second is these companies already have a distribution network with banks and NBFCs. We'll also provide a dashboard to our clients where they can monitor the farm credit score, the risk level, along with other metrics like the crop productivity and yield rate. FarmTest saves farmers from taking a loan if the predicted crop yield is too less. And that is the biggest advantage to farmers in order to survive from mortgaging their land to creditors. Now, as a proof of concept, we already have made a model that takes similar parameters from US farms and churns out a score. But as the demography changes, we need to have India-specific parameters to turn our concept into reality. We have also added the link of the Python notebook in the appendix.
So moving on, FarmTest is not only about collecting, analyzing, and selling this FarmScore data. We are also a software as a platform for the farmers with an aim to uplift them on the monetary as well as the technological front. As can be seen here, this AI and ML based platform detects cropping patterns and predicts the future of the crop, thus highlighting the associated risks and opportunities for the farmers. The FarmTest app will help farmers track important metrics such as soil moisture and temperature, fertility, crop productivity, weather, and they can also get technical support. The app also gives them a feature to track the credit that they've currently taken and the repayment details. As a future roadmap, we plan to include features such as a marketplace for farm fresh products and to partner with B2B platforms like NinjaCart, Udan, etc. With this, we request you to join hands with us in this movement to uplift the farmers of this nation. Thank you. Also, we put some appendices that are there in the slide. You can also see if you go, and we are open for questions. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, thanks, Team Accelerator. I hope you can hear me.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you're all.
just wanted to check that when you're talking about this analytics and everything, this is a lot of on-field work, right? So it's going to the and doing a lot of field work. What is going to be a one single pitch to the farmers, because that they are your customers and also a product in that sense, right? So how would you convince the farmers to use the services, or you to be the middleman between them and the bank?
All right, so yes, sure, I'll take this up.
I can't
So,
hear
sir,
you.
yes, that will be a lot of on-ground work, and for this, we'll tie up with the APOs that understand the farmers' personal data, like they do have any liabilities and all those things. And yes, we are the middleman between the farmers and the banks. We will pledge or pitch our idea in terms of that other safety issues, like they don't have the credit if they have to mortgage their lands and these things. So eventually, they have their family and their loved ones into the safety buckets, even though they will get the required credit. So we'll be replacing the loan sharks that are there, and we'll give them a safe credit on that behalf.
But don't you think for you to work with the government agency or NGO would be a better way to handle than the farmer directly?
Of course, sir, that part is always there. That's one aspect of it. We will be only having the score. After that, that score can be used with the agencies also, the government agencies, the NGOs, the NBFCs, all of them.
No, what I meant is initially, then, in the initial periods, right, when you require to build the base, let's say, the initial barriers are always high in terms of convincing, here in this case, the farmers, uh, who in many times, I mean, you have not shown any data that, how the credit in case of the agri loan and other stuff are working. And do you think they are looking for a solution which you guys are offering? right? So I didn't get any feel for that. I mean, yeah, we know that there are challenges that the farmers would be needing credit, but I don't see any data on that to put my basis on it.
Understood, sir. Just 1 minute on that. Yes, the APOs that are there in the farmland, the farmers organization, Purush organization, those are prompted by the government only. So they, of course, do know a lot than we do. So we can tie up with those APOs that they can actually do the on-ground work, and they will be able to convince the farmers because farmers listen to them.
No, I know, but I didn't get the. I mean, it should not be an afterthought after the question. I mean, when you're thinking of the business, you have to first look at, what could be your barriers, what could be your challenges. So overall concept is okay, but then the approach to the say, complicated problem, I still do not think very strong. I would say proposal to it, because there are too many things to do, and there should be a first product or first service which would directly, let's say, be of the interest to the client. And I'm not sure who is your client right now.
Sir, if I may add to this, we have identified this problem, sir. At a ground level, this is a problem for low scale farmers. The high scale farmers, they have to mortgage their existing land that they have at youth scale.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you actually. That's the challenge.
Yeah, okay.
Hi, Mr. Anurag.
Hi.
Yes, I think, can we have the team back on? I think we were not able to hear them.
Audible, sir? Yes, sir. So just to add on this, we have identified that or the marketplace that the market is definitely
We are sorry, sir. There is an internet connectivity issue. That's why this happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, whether things went wrong on my end or your end, most probably at your end. But you were talking about low yield farmers or something like that when I lost
Yes, sir.
you.
If I may continue. So what I was saying is this is a problem for the low scale farmers because at a ground level they have to mortgage the existing land that they have at youth scale, at youth scale of interest rate to the loan sharks that are there, because they are not provided with loans by these banks. So for them to enable their credit worthiness, we are acting as middlemen so that banks may come forward and basis that score they provide loans to these low level farmers. So that is what we are eyeing.
Yeah, but I think just to finish up with my part of the question, I mean, when you are pitching it, you have to also pitch as if you're pitching the story to your client, right? And while going through your let's say the pitch itself, nowhere I was convinced as that low skill farmer. I mean, it's a too complicated story if, in terms of what you're selling. So at least some one fourth or one third of your time should have gone in, how would you pitch it, and if I like as a client, then at least I would say, comment about the business itself. Also, just the last part, have you thought about this being a multilingual, because you are dealing with farmers here across country, hopefully. What I saw, most of the mock-up of the app or whatever it was all in English. Did you get my question?
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
sir. So we have,
Definitely lingual aspect.
sir, we have
I
thought
didn't
about
see
this.
you mentioned that, but that's
Yeah,
all from my side.
it is not there in the mock-up, sir, but yes, we've thought about it, and it is gonna be a multilingual app so that all farmers of all backgrounds can access it easily.
Sure. Thank you. Mr. Unas, sorry.
Yeah. No, so Accelerator team, Accelerator, thanks for the presentation. We're run out of time. Only one thing I didn't see is I saw a lot of the algorithm around the yield. Parameters that went to the algorithm was predicting the yield. I didn't see any linkage to the MSP or the market price. So you may want to consider that when you are developing your final model. So just as a recommendation. And you also want to
Yes,
check
sir.
out
Of course,
whether
will do.
and some of the farming organizations are trying to do at least to provide insurance, if not loan, and it's probably not working out because of multiple reasons. That'll give you learnings. That's it. Otherwise, thank you.
Right, sir.
Right,
We'll
sir.
look
We'll
into it.
look
Thank
into
you
it.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you, Team Accelerators. And now, for the next team, we have Team Invictus. Please start off with your video.
Hello, I'm Rishikesh Bhavar, presenting on behalf of Team Invictus from IIM Trichy for Reliance TUP 9.0. The problem at hand addresses a significant challenge faced by individuals with visual impairments, namely the need to rely on physical aids like canes or assistance of others when navigating in public spaces. This dependency on external support can limit their mobility and independence, impacting their overall quality of life. To mitigate this challenge, the objective is to develop an innovative system that autonomously detects and signals to the user the presence of obstacle in their path while navigating streets and public areas. This system aims to leverage cutting-edge technologies such as sensors, computer vision, and auditory or haptic feedback mechanism to provide real-time context-aware alerts about impending instructions. By creating a robust and user-friendly obstacle detection and signaling system, we aspire to empower individuals with visual impairment, granting them greater autonomy and confidence with traveling independently. This technology has the potential to enhance their safety, mobility, and overall inclusion in society, ultimately addressing a fundamental concern faced by this community and improving their daily lives. Introducing SensiNav, an innovative navigation and obstacle detection system tailored to empower the visually impaired. Leveraging cutting-edge sensor technology and AI, SensiNav offers a real-time obstacle alert through audio and haptic feedback. Our comprehensive solution includes smart routing with vibrational guided GPS, environmental awareness and navigation. SensiNav primary focus is enhancing the mobility and independence of blind community. Our marketing strategy includes accessibility, advocacy, product demonstration, affordable pricing, robust user support, educational initiatives, and user-driven referrals. SensiNav aims to transform the lives of visually impaired by fostering greater autonomy and safety in this journey. Introducing an all-inclusive accessory kit designed to empower individuals with visual impairment. A technologically advanced hat, gloves, shoes, each equipped with cutting-edge smart processor. These accessories integrate ultrasonic and IR sensor coupled with webcam utilizing advanced image processing through Raspberry Pi. It will detect signs, animals, obstacles in the surrounding and give the information through the system to the visually impaired person for navigation and by vibrational sensation as well as audio signals. Our product will be available at just 8,000 rupees. We will promote it at the hospitals and other places. This groundbreaking product represents an evolutionary leap in field of assistive technology poised to transform the lives of visually impaired. Beyond its immediate benefits, it carries the potential to pioneer market leadership and drive social impact. So let's join us for Sensinel.
Hello. Okay. Meet Amia, and I am Trichy student with 80% of visual impairment, navigating the complexities of daily life, relying on others, feeling time constraint, and facing obstacles daily. Amia's story reflects a widespread need for change. He is not alone. 253 million people worldwide and 35 million people in India share this barrier to independence. The need for urgent change in, is crystal clear. In market survey, we discovered the hunger for autonomy in visually impaired people. 87% people wish for a reliable navigation solution. Hence, we present SensiNav, not a want but a need. We also analyze the existing market product that are Smart Stick, AI smart glasses, ultra canes, and electronic mobility aid. We got to know that it is costly and not compatible, which is not bringing a total independence to visually impaired people.
So as we know, the market has various products. The market has various products such as a cane, a smart goggles. But the problem with these products is they are not fully, we cannot be fully dependent on them. As the cane is just something to detect obstacles and that's it. So introducing SensiNav, it has a whole kit integrated sensors in which the webcam will detect the object. It will give the directions in your earphones to locate the object so that the person can move his hand around and pick up the object. Also, it has sensors on the thin leg pad which will detect the obstacle ahead, pothole ahead, water ahead, and give the vibrationally sensors will give the feedback. If to duck down, the sensors will give uh, up to down signal, as well as the gloves will give signal about the movement and the obstacle ahead. The camera will detect the obstacles signs as well as objects, moving objects, animals, etc. the wo- uh, our go-to marketing strategy is our product is priced just 8,000 rupees, and we are targeting visually impaired individuals and also friends and family of the same. We will be promoting our product at various platforms such as at NGOs, such as retail stores. Uh, uh, we will be giving self-management as well as a demo, as well as a partnership with promotion at hospitals. We will be providing. We will be catering B2B as well as B2C section, and thus we will have a huge impact as the person using it will be fully dependent. He will not need an assistant to roam around or navigate. He will gain some confidence, as well as he will feel social inclusion, and he will feel that he is not different from others. Our scalability factor is we are thinking of having a manufacturer in-house manufacturing unit which will scale ahead with increasing orders. Our future aspect is integrating it with GPS and various languages. Our roadmap is getting into this industry and focusing on research and development and developing more such products for various impaired people. Thank you.
Um,
Mr. Luna, do you want to go first?
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The only thing that's coming to my mind, I mean, is how does the cost come down? I mean, you're trying to add 20,000 and then 8,000, everything, and bring it down to 8,000. I mean, what's the magic into it? I didn't get how you're planning to do it. If it is possible, why are others doing it?
Yes, sir. The product seems complex, But as I have worked on the product, I have developed a prototype of it as well. I have a video for the same in which the working prototype, we have certain stages of working prototype, and also have the cost distribution. Now my friend will present the cost distribution. Yes. So here you can see all the costs that are incurred in the same, and this comes up to the 6,000, and we have a margin of 2,000 here.
So why does the walking stick cost 20,000? Because it is only one part of this.
So there are various walking sticks. It's a business strategy to first of all get the smart products a higher price, but there are also walking sticks which are priced around 2,000, 5,000, and the walking stick only has one function. It has one ultrasonic or proximity sensor, and it just gives one feedback, and it does not make you anything different than a stick from a jungle. So just integration of smart work and the promotions and marketing incurs the cost, and it's a business strategy. So we can make this product in 6,000 and sell it at 8,000.
Mr. Anurag, please go ahead.
Thank you. No, this is all great. I mean, this kind of problem have been looked, for long years now, and I'm sure if you bring a very good product in this, there would be market to pick up. But as Mr. Luna said, why others have not been able to crack this, and why do you think? What is it that single, let's say, element which you have identified which is missing so far? Let me just ask this question, right? I mean, all of us. Sort of when we originally saw or heard about the Tesla autopilot, right, on the road, which can change the lane, blah blah blah. A lot of people were really reluctant to do that until let's say the product was built, it was pushed, and a lot of reviews came, and still today, even if a single accident or minor incident also happens on the Tesla, it is all in the news and etc. Because they are dealing with the health and life of the people, right? So any product which has to do with this, you have to be extremely careful, and you have to think of, let's say, the worst and the worst situation. In this case, tell me just one single example. What is it in the product and the solution you have built or thought of, which in no scenario would not lead to any accident or any damage to the human life in this case?
Yes, sir. Sir, starting
In a
first of
single
all,
word, is it foolproof?
pardon?
In a single word, how is it foolproof?
It has lot of sensors integrated with Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, I can throw in thousands of sensors, but it doesn't mean that I must be missing one single sensor which requires it to be foolproof. What is it?
Sir, it's integration.
Can it replace eyes?
We are replacing eyes with webcam.
No. Is that the only function of the eye? I mean, you don't require the cognitive ability of the person?
We do require the cognitive ability, but the basic function of eye is to identify the things, and after that the cognitive function works. So the earphones feedback, the audio feedback will do that.
No, the audio feedback is the feedback to the your client here. But the ability to take the data, process it and give the exact feedback. I mean, even with the eyes, we do get into incident and accident, right? As a human. But
Yes,
here
sir.
in this case, I'm relying on your product. So,
Sir, here in
my only,
multiple,
it's a difficult question, so I don't expect you to answer unless you have already thought about it. But my point would be, you need to think about, because when you're dealing with health and the safety, your product needs to come up with the, let's say, because it's not about, I would say, the affordability and all. For a visually impaired person, if you can give equivalent to the eyes what it is for a common person or a normal person, they would be willing to pay you more than that also, 8,000. But it's the guarantee that you can do the job every now and then without getting into another accident or incident, which is extremely important when you're talking about at least the the outdoor setups. I mean, even if you're talking about the indoor setup, I can still think of, but the outdoor setups are, highly improbable, and a lot can go wrong here. So I just had that one question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sunil,
For
please.
that, hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So for that, for object detection, we had the library called TensorFlow, through which the object are detected, and then we get the feedback of this object is maybe a apple or a vehicle that is in front. As you said about the example of Tesla, so it has in backend machine learning and artificial intelligence. So is our thought of having this now at this point of time, we have only the object detection library inbuilt in our product, but in future we have the scope for this also.
Yeah.
So
So what I
also
was
the
what
just
Tesla
one
has
minute.
gone, and see, even after that, there is a lot of issue. Have it the time up? Yeah. Sorry, we will have to cut this short. But thanks for your answer and effort and presentation here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Team Invictus. That was an extremely insightful presentation. Now, let's allow our jury for a minute to completing scoring for this team. While they make their assessments, let us have some fun. Here is one interesting trivia question about Reliance. So try to guess the answers in the comment section, and the first person to answer it correctly gets our amazing TUP merchandise. Ready? Here we go. So Ansab has mentioned the correct answer on the chat, and Amal has answered it right. So please reach out to our social media handles or support at unstop.com. So now moving on, we are ready for our next team. So I would like to call upon Black and White.
Hello, my name is Rana from Team Black and White, and this is our submission for Reliance TUP 9 Elimination Round. Guys, have you ever faced the problem of not knowing what hidden talents? In India, many students face this problem that they don't know what their hidden talents are. Their parents pressurize them. There is a whole lot of peer pressures. There is many issues going on with the students where they don't know what they are doing. They consider themselves good for nothing. So we have an idea where we want to rectify this problem. At least help them be more than good for nothing, or let them not feel they are good for nothing. This is DMIT, Dermatographics Multiple Intelligence Test. This test is basically a report and analysis showing the relationship between your fingerprints and your brain. Through 200 years of research and genetics, neurology, and many different research papers, now we have proof that there is a direct relationship between your brain and your fingerprints. When your brain starts development in the 13th week of pregnancy, your fingerprints also start development, and they go till the 21st week of your pregnancy. Thereon, during a starts development, your brain has some gradual changes after that. But through research, science, neurology, genetics, others, we have proved that the fingerprint shows the relationship of your brain. So DMIT acts as a bridge or a solution where we can understand what these things says. It shows what are your innate characters, your intelligences, your hidden characteristics. Every other person has multiple kinds of talents. They have some music, they have some different kind of intelligences. DMIT helps them to know everything about them, and it provides them a proper report. Now, what can Black and White Inc. use? We are here to provide DMIT as a solution to not only students, their parents, schools, but others. We want to act as a bridge between students, parents, their schools, the upskilling platforms, and the nation overall. We want to provide them a solution where we give them the proper analysis, the counseling, and also help them in their overall growth. A business idea is to act upon this, providing tie-ups with multiple schools, franchises. We'll also be able to scale this project through tie-up between multiple organizations. Reliance Foundation, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi also mentioned that she is focusing on individual. Individual level education will help the nation grow, so we can tie up all over the world. The market is a blue ocean, as there are some local players in Mumbai, Delhi and here and there, but it's almost blue ocean for us. So there's a high chance of scalability and everyone of India can develop from here. So this is our idea of DMIT, and we at Black and White Inc. want to help in the youth grow, and which will lead to India's growth overall. Thank you.
Hello. 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 Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. We are Black and White Inc. We are here to present the idea of DMIT. As we have seen, we have discussed many problems that youth, that basically children face. DMIT, that is dermatographic multiple intelligence, is basically for children or any kinds of youth, but we are focusing on children. Children face in India, we face problems daily on the basis that there is parents don't understand what their kids are meant for. Even in many cases we see that the kids is good at something but parents don't want them. Parents still want them to be studying something. They want them engineer and doctor. The stereotyping of engineer and doctor is too much in India. So DMIT we present here as a solution for that. DMIT, that is dermatographic multiple intelligence test, is a scientifically proven test by many doctors. More than 7,000 research paper and more than 200 years of research has said that our fingerprints are our key to our brain. They start developing, as we have mentioned, at the same time, and they end at the 21st week of pregnancy. By analyzing our fingerprints, we, as a DMIT consultant, can give a proper report, not telling you what you should do, but what you are capable of. DMIT just tells you about your hidden talents, what kind of intelligence you have. Everyone thinks that only if you study hard, you have some logical thinking, then only you can bring, you have intelligence. No, intelligence has on multiple layers. As we can see, there are 8 different kinds of intelligence. Multiple intelligence: visual, audio, logical thinking is one of them. There's a music learning. Now also there are many kind of learning techniques which people don't know. Some people are good at learning by seeing this, some people are good at learning by hearing them, but some people, they can do it by kinesthetic motion. Some people have good muscle memory. If they do something, they will perform it good. So DMIT will bring out there. There's a personality traits, various personality, dove, eagle, various kinds of personality traits that no one know they have. They have some innate characteristics. So we as Black and White Inc. are here to provide the solution for you. We have already mentioned what is the need. This is our plan of approach as a as a Black and White Inc. We are here to test and give them analysis. Then we are here to give them proper individual counseling, not telling them what you should do, but rather than just a career counseling where people go, where people just assume their what they can do by their grades, by their CV. No, we are here to test you. We are here to give you what you are capable of in your innate talent. We'll help the individual, we'll help the parent, and also we'll be able. We also want to be the upskilling connection between a bridge and between the student and an upskilling platform. We are here to help them. As one of the things which I remember from Three Idiots is that he said that if Lata Mangeshkar dad has told her to play cricket, and Sachin Tendulkar's dad has told him to play singing, where they'll be. So this is what we are here for. This is not a very economy. This is not economy focused. We are here to help India grow. We are here to help students grow. We are here to help children grow. Thank you.
Very interesting. I did learn something new. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
I mean,
Mr. Lina, please go ahead.
I mean, as you are saying that it's not a business proposition. It's more of a CSR. Is that what I hear?
So, sir, what I meant to say was, I think it came out wrong. What I meant to say, it's a business proposal, but we are not here for just making money. We are here for what idea DMIT was based on, to help human beings. It is a business plan. There are some economic aspects, as we have mentioned. There are different business modules, but we are helped to in what we can say, help Indian society as a growth. We are on the growing path. Everybody says that we are our youth is the power, our youth is the power. But are we treating the children or the youth as they should be? Are we treating with the same kind? I know the thinking has changed. Initially, it was engineer, doctor, but now it's like, are you going to be a celebrity cricketer? Is all. There are many things which are much more than that. DMIT can help them bring them out. I'm not saying that we are the only place where you can get a proper knowledge, but we are the place where you will get what you are from inside.
So I can't argue against science. So I'll only ask a very philosophical question because, in case you have read the book The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, which says that if you do something consistently for 10,000 hours, that's the 10,000 hour rule, you're going to excel in that. Uh,
Yes, sir.
and it so probably even if my fingerprint says that I'm not going to be a musician, and probably from the childhood if I practice for 10,000 hours, I might become a musician. So it's a philosophically different construct. Your views before I leave it to Mr. Anurag to ask the questions.
So should I say?
And
Thank you, sir. I agree with your view, sir. Even when we got to know about DMIT, our initial thought was also same that if my own report came out to be different, if my artistic value is something greater, what will I do? But when I ventured in deep into DMIT, the report doesn't say you should only do that or you should not do that. It has indexes, it has percentages of what you are very good at from your born. Is there your brain have five cortices, as mentioned by the five fingertips. Every fingertip, like it is there are there are multiple lobes that dignify each fingerprint. So the report will tell you if you are how much percentage or how much strength you are very good in this, you are moderate in this, you are low in this. Even if you are low in music and you want to venture, the report can help you tell that you should more focus, you should give. If you want to venture in music, it will help on that way. So it will tell you that you should focus more. We can also help, like we'll provide some upskilling platforms where you can get to know about more in music from detail. You want to venture it but you don't have the talent. I agree with the sentence that you, if you do it by 10,000 hours, you will excel in it. We are here to tell you that what you're good at and what maybe you need
thank you.
help at.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for your presentation. I just wanted to ask you a question. Maybe, have you read or do you have a habit of reading horoscope from the newspaper?
Not so much, sir. I'm
Why?
sorry. Sir, horoscope, like,
Not a
I think,
horoscope, but
okay, newspaper, I was thinking you were talking about horoscope. Hello?
not newspaper. I'm saying the horoscope from the newspaper or anywhere, wherever you're
Sir,
reading from the screen.
horoscope, not specifically, sir.
No, why?
Uh, I don't think it's based on some calculation. Some people say it's based on numbers, but I don't think if the few lines can say. I know what I think the question. I can understand where you are going. Like few lines can decide where should I go or not. Is was that what you are
No, so
going to
what
say?
I'm trying to say, there is an entertainment value to this. Okay,
Yes,
there
sir.
could be some entertainment value to the product itself. I mean, people would say, "Oh, let me check, what your product says and where I am if it becomes popular." But
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying, I don't want to put my journey of life on something what's in the very qualified. Let's say it's not a quantified science; it's a very qualitative science where you're trying to put various things and prove something. You can
Yes,
always
sir.
find a pattern and some inferences in every data,
Yes,
believe
sir.
me. But one's life journey or career or whatever that person needs to be doing, leave it to the life. I think that's what people would do normally.
Yes, sir.
So from that perspective, just like Mr. Luna said, it's more philosophical constraint and the question, because you did not present us any business case or anything here, numbers and all. So I wouldn't go there. But at a philosophical background or foundation to your product, I would say, you should think in the same line. You wouldn't read those few lines and let them define your life and how your next day should be. Then your product should not do the same to others.
Yes, sir. I think I agree with you on the thing that a few lines can't decide my future, or I won't journey my life through the few lines I said. What we thought were there is presenting an idea. Like I come from a very rural background. I come from a small town in Ingangad, where almost more than half of the people I met, like in regular, they are just doing what they are told to do. In schools, they are just following they are becoming their engineers. They are going to school, just studying, and then going do something. And end of the day, they all come back. They are in some IT job, and everyone says that, bro, I am not happy. I am not here. I am not feeling good. What we thought was maybe we can help to cure that. I'm not sure ki everyone will listen to me or everyone will agree to me. It's just that
No, the
we want
intent
to
of
put.
the problem is never a question. It's the solution what we are looking at. I'm sure the intent is very good and all novel, but the you have to look at the solution. Don't get into the doing that mistake of falling in love with your idea. Question it, and the question what I raised to you. If you ask the same question, you'll say, okay, I still want to see solve that problem, but I may have to look at a different idea and different solution. Okay, that's all I want to say. We have run out of time. Thank you, Black and White, for your time today,
Thank you,
and
sir.
wish you good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Black and White. So now we will have Team Akash from IEM Amritsar. Please go ahead with your presentation.
Welcome to our vision for the future of sustainable mobility in India. As the world grapples with environmental challenges, India has committed to reducing carbon emissions by 30 to 35% by the year 2030. Electric vehicles being one of the ways which provides a cleaner, greener, and sustainable ways of modes of transport. India's target for achieving net zero emissions by the year 2070 and its plans of hosting COP33 shows how invested India is in its target, and this also shows that it is the perfect time to come up with our plan, that is Electrify, a subscription model for electric vehicles. Imagine having access to a diverse fleet of electric vehicles with a subscription fee, which covers not just the vehicle cost but maintenance, insurance, and charging infrastructure. There is no hefty initial investment that is required, which makes it not only financially affordable but also accessible to the middle tier of India. With us, you simply choose a subscription plan, hop in and drive off, because we are not just selling vehicles over here, we are democratizing electric mobility. Along with offering cars, we plan on to collaborate with industry leaders, government, and different communities to make electric mobility not only seamless but also convenient and affordable. Our unique selling point over here is our pricing strategy. With a fee of 50,199 rupees per month, the subscribers get the vehicle, the insurance, the maintenance, and the other charging costs and innovative features such as the Eco Drive, and also with our customer feedback and rewards mechanism, which is based on its usage. It's pure electrical freedom. Our subscription model is not just a business proposition, but a step towards sustainable future. It aligns with the global shift towards shared mobility and increasing demand for clean energy solutions. We are breaking down barriers to make electric vehicles accessible to everyone. Imagine young professionals, families, and even senior citizens experiencing electric vehicle ownership's thrill and environmental responsibility, all without the burden of ownership costs. The future of transportation is just electric, and our subscription model makes it within the reach for everyone. So let's strive together and embrace this transformation and make this shift towards a sustainable electric and a clean mobility future, and join us in driving change, driving cleaner, and driving towards a better future. So let's get ready to electrify your life. Thank you. With India's target of reducing carbon emissions and our research, which shows that the market segment of electric vehicles has increased to 1.3%, for three-wheeler segment to almost 34.5%, and for two-wheelers it is almost 4.3%, which shows that it is an increasing number and a significant growth. At the same point of time, if we see the annual emissions per vehicle, all electric vehicles are the least, And at the same point of time, with mobile penetration, which is expected to reach about 86% by 2026, and the global 5G rollout, it is expected to disrupt sectors, which includes EV being one of them. The pain points during our research we realized is the high upfront cost, the lack of knowledge about electric vehicles and the wrong perceptions about them, and the lack of infrastructure like charging station. Over to you, Kartika.
In the search of our sustainable automotive future, we face challenges that obstruct the widespread adoption of electric vehicles. Picture a landscape where the charging stations are limited, there are huge upfront costs, and the misconceptions mask the true potential of EVs. Adding to this, we have a competition from the traditional oil and car manufacturing companies and the long-term effects of COVID-19 pandemic. But in the midst of these challenges, we have the accelerators of change. The government policies across the globe, they are paving the way towards a shift to sustainable transportation. The Tesla effect has also catalyzed the electric transformation in the automotive industry. The declining cost of batteries make electric vehicles more accessible to the masses, and also simultaneously the rollout of 5G technology is also weaving a web of connectivity, forging an ecosystem where electric vehicles seamlessly integrate into our lives. And here in this landscape of challenges and opportunities, we are here to present Electrify, an innovative platform that redefines how we embrace electric vehicles. Imagine you have an EV at your choice, at your fingertips, where the vehicle cost, insurance, maintenance, and all the charges are included in a single affordable fee. Our subscription model brings forth affordability and accessibility, offering an enticing subscription plan for EVs starting at rupees 50,199 per month. It's not just about the vehicle, it's about the paradigm shift in how we approach transportation. We are not just providing a vehicle, we are about creating a community of responsible drivers. Our Eco Drive system sends alerts for rough vehicle usage, ensuring the safety for both the renters and the vehicle. We are not just selling a service, we are selling a vision to the future. To encourage responsible driving, we linked a reward system to the Eco Drive. Thank you.
Yeah, there
Just
are
curious to know how did you get the
multiple
figure
companies
of
who are doing not
50?
just for this, but many other, car subscription, vehicle subscription. So just tell me three, let's say, USP or different points for you, how you differentiate from them.
Sir, the one thing that differentiates from other, so we have written that our major competitor in this segment would be switched. So what differentiates from them is our Echo Drive system. So in Echo Drive, we plan, as Kartika mentioned, we plan to what the alerts that our sensors are sending to us and the customers. So it ensures that the driving is smooth. And also, if and based on this we give a credit score like system is linked to this Echo Drive, and for further usage if they want to get a new model or something, a new car is coming, so if they want to use it, then they will have to have a good credit score in the system.
Yeah, but I think your barrier is first to get the customer on your platform. What you are saying is probably improving the bottom line. But why would I even choose 50,000 per month as a subscription?
Sir, actually, this our target segment would be somewhat around the middle-aged. So you, as you know that our India, the average age is almost 28. So it's we are not targeting all the segments. We are targeting those segments who can afford and the existing customers. So we mentioned that Switch is a competitor, and they are getting customers in Bangalore. They are just limited to Bangalore, and they are getting customers. So our plan is to focus on the tier one cities first and bring out this. So
No, no, no.
we
You can't say that somebody else is selling, hence I'm entering into this market, right? I mean, I'm saying why I'm your customer. Why should I do this? 50,000 per month.
Sir, I'll fill in for this. So, sir, initially, sir, starting with the fuel prices and the maintenance savings that potentially the person could save. so that has to be reflected initially on how the person would be saving fuel prices and maintenance prices in the long run. Secondly, sir, there are people who consider environmental scenarios where they prefer an eco-friendly transportation, and on top of that, sir, we can say that like the perceived value uh, we can get out of this.
You came to the 50,000 value with such a methodology, right? What is that methodology? I need
Yes, sir.
to.
There are a few considerations when we came to the price, sir. First of all, this is based upon a particular model, which is Nexon EV. Secondly, we, sir, considered the lifetime cost of how much would be the cost of ownership in the long run, and based upon that, sir, we got this price point where people could
50,000, if
afford
you
this.
say roughly considering 15 rupees per kilometer, I'm talking about how many kilometers? Roughly 4,000, 4,500 kilometer per month.
Yes, maybe yes, sir.
Yeah, I can get an electric taxi. Somebody is offering it for me for those 4,500. So I get a driver as well as a taxi, and I can always change the taxi.
But sir, this is we can also consider the driving experience when it comes to sir, like rather than having a chauffeur,
Now
you
you
would
have reduced your segment to the people who are like driver experience, and the drivers who are willing to get monitored through your eco drive system also, so that they drive within the parameters where your cars can run longer, you have a lowest of the maintenance.
sir, the eco drive system benefits both parties by sir, it would be helpful for us by
Doesn't benefit to the clients you're talking about, the guys who want to drive. The drivers would not like to be monitored, right? Those kind of drivers.
Maybe, sir, yes.
In that case, the people who are targeting are like to be driven, and if those are the people, then better to go for a taxi than paying 50,000 per month. So your customer base probably becomes people who we can count on fingers. Sorry, I mean, that's my initial thought on it. Mr. Luna, I don't want to take a chance from
No. Absolutely, very, very similar questions. I mean, I was trying to put myself as a customer, and would I be spending 50,000 a month? Absolutely not. I mean, if as Mr. Rag said, I think along with a driver, let's say who takes around 20,000 bucks per month, I still have to sell out 30,000 of fuel, which means I should be driving a huge number of kilometers to actually get the benefit of this. So my request is just do the max. I mean, is the amount. I mean, a great idea, and I don't know what you're trying to solve for. Are you trying to solve for an adoption as a challenge, or you're trying to solve for and what happens to your business model? Let's say 8 to 10 years down the line when the adoption would have come up. Is it like in many countries where they've almost banned saying that you can't drive a fossil fuel vehicle at all, or I mean they're going to ban it in let's say 1 decade. Will such things work? So good thought, but I think a lot more of thinking through as to happen, and the max have to be put in place. And what's the value proposition to the end user? And trust me, I mean Maruti gives out of course it's not a EV, but probably at a much cheaper rate at a subscription rate. So think it through.
Yes, sir, sure, sir.
Thank you.
As the jury deliberates, here's another interesting trivia on Reliance that will keep you on your toes. So please comment with your answers. Amal, you have guessed it right again. So you can please reach out to us on any of our social media handles. And now, moving on, we are ready for our next team. So I would like to call Team Defaulter from NMIMS Mumbai.
Most developed nations today aim to achieve net zero carbon emissions by the year 2050, with some countries like Maldives pledging to achieve net zero by as early as 2030. India, on the other hand, at the 26th session of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in November 2021, announced its target to achieve net zero by 2070. It is evident that India is running late in the race of sustainability, not by a few months or years, but by whopping 2 decades. To hasten this process of achieving our dream of net zero and watch India stand head to head with the developed world, we, as the young minds of our country, are here to propose a solution. We propose 2 innovations that perfectly complement each other. First is the hydrogen fuel cell system for electric vehicles, which aim at minimizing, if not completely eliminating, fuel emissions by vehicles. And second is the hydrogen refueling pumps, which eventually find their way to regular petrol pumps given the infrastructural synergies that already exist in the existing technology and the technology that we propose.
So this is a basic model of how a fuel cell electronic vehicle works. But we don't want to get into highly competitive automotive manufacturing industry. So we plan to be a part of this evolution by manufacturing fuel cell systems and contributing towards hydrogen refueling infrastructure. This flowchart shows how a fuel cell system works. We can also see the manufacturing cost distribution of a fuel cell system. Now we plan to provide automotive industry with fuel cell systems that can be installed and used with their existing technology with just minimal modifications. Although this industry is still in embryonic stage, we propose to act as a catalyst to further the cause of sustainability and add maximum value to the society. Now coming to hydrogen refueling infrastructure. Based on our research and analysis, we found out that it is suited to set up special hydrogen refueling stations at the beginning. It will help in pushing the technology and ensuring more and faster acceptance by society. Although, from a long-term perspective, fuel cell technology can also borrow the infrastructure from conventional ICE technology, aka the petrol pumps. You can see a basic hydrogen refueling station infrastructure model in the flowchart. That's all from our side. Thank you for this wonderful platform and this wonderful opportunity. We hope you liked our idea and we are looking forward to your feedback.
Good afternoon, jury members. We are here today to present our idea of breaking into the automotive industry with the revolutionary hydrogen fuel cell technology to tap into the plethora of opportunities and make a sizable impact towards sustainability initiatives in our country. Having discussed the concepts already, we talk about the implementation. We envision ourselves in the center of technological advancements, favorable government policies, and the high practicality and the synergies of the proposed technology with the existing infrastructure that we have in our country. Our plan is to tap into the B2B markets by collaborating with the auto manufacturers and providing them with tailored FCS, that is the fuel cell system for every kind of vehicle that they'd like to collaborate with us with. And this would allow us to tap into perfect synergies with the existing vehicles' designs and equip them with the fuel cell technology. For the hydrogen refueling pumps, our vision is to have an effective penetration as we aim to target the existing gas stations to utilize the locational advantages and the existing infrastructures in our country. However, it is noteworthy that currently the guidelines for hydrogen gas refuel pumps are awaited, and in the immediate time frame, we might require to have unique hydrogen gas stations. Talking about the biggest driving factor that we have behind this idea which is the impact that we create with this business. Allow us to start with macro factors. India currently imports 90% of its crude oil needs. And upon further research, we found out that the countries vary over the years, which clearly mean that we as a country are struggling to juggle between the importers and selecting the nations from where we import our energy for our energy security, and at the same time maintain effective oil prices. And this is not just limited to balance of payments. It is also related to the fact that it makes us vulnerable to geopolitical issues around the world, and also the rules like carbon border tax mechanism that aim to hit India hard by the year 2026. Our vision is to assist our country become energy self-sufficient and at the same time gain a global foothold in the HFC market, which we expect to see a growth of more than 20% in the coming years up till the year 2030. Foreign organizations like the tracker.org marks India's sustainability efforts as highly inefficient, and we aim to act as a catalyst to change and act as to initiate the efforts and increase these efforts towards India becoming a net zero nation sooner. On the left of the chart, on the left chart, we see the number of vehicles that are sold in India, which is expected to increase to more than 10 million by the year 2030, which in turn would lead to an increase in the vehicular emission as a portion of total GHG that we see in our atmosphere, as we see on the chart on the right. Now, our idea aims at reducing this portion of vehicular emission in the total emission that we produce as a country, and allow India to achieve the goal of net zero earlier than it plans. Which brings me right back to where we started. India as a nation aims to achieve net zero by 2070. And we as a nation are 2 decades behind our global counterparts and our global peers. The idea of HFCs has the potential to help India stand head to head with the rest of the world and achieve net zero earlier and hasten the process. Thank you.
So, Tim, just clarify. I mean, your pitch is to do the fuel
thank you,
cell
team.
system, correct?
I just started wondering whether I was in a session where a business pitch was being made, or attending a conference on decarbonization and sustainability and all. Because sorry to say that I did not hear any business in this, any plan. I guess the organizers have told you, what are the various elements on which you will be judged, evaluated. But all I hear is hydrogen. Are you infatuated by word hydrogen because it's been floating in the media news all over, and hence thought of doing something on hydrogen and fuel cell? And if you're doing
Certainly
that,
not, sir.
technical questions on fuel cell, if you're ready with that.
Yes, sir. We do have a cost model at hand and also a revenue model along with, yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, sure, sir. So in 2017, a research was conducted regarding determining the cost of building a fuel cell system. So in that, it was based on the European economy.
I can't hear you. Somebody has to put their speaker on mute.
Yeah, so it was determined that in European economy, the cost of manufacturing a fuel cell system would be around $3,000, 3,000 US dollars in 2017. After making certain adjustment, including labor wages that are different in India and the cost of raw materials sourced from India, the cost that we came up with was around 1,22,000 for a single fuel cell system. Based on that, assuming 20 to
What is
25%
fuel
of
cell
operating
system?
margin.
That 1 lakh, what is one fuel cell system?
So the fuel cell system consists of a fuel cell stack plus the BOP. BOP includes the air loop model and heat model and the hydrogen tank and everything.
And what have you made so far?
Made in terms of
No, paper, pen and paper, that's all?
yes, sir. It is still on
How
pen
many
and paper.
types of
We
fuel cell are
don't have
there?
a prototype. What, sir?
How many types of fuel cell are there?
So one is hydrogen fuel cell system EV, and another one is hydrogen ICE, internal combustion engine.
I said fuel cell. You're talking about the types of powertrains. Then you're talking about the cost of the systems.
Yes, we are talking about a basic hydrogen fuel cell system.
No, you're not talking anything. You're just using word fuel cell, nothing else. How many types of fuel cells there? Which is suited for the automotive, which is not suited for the automotive? There are 8 kinds of fuel cell. There are how the like what are the let's say parameters on which the fuel cell are defined? Do you even know that?
No, sir.
Yeah, so don't make a business case just because what you're reading in the newspaper and everything. You have to have some understanding of the product and the services, which I clearly, I'm sorry to say, I did not find anything on the merits what we are evaluating you. Nil, zero. But that's my view. Mr. Nuna or
No,
anyone
Doctor,
else?
right. Yeah. No, I absolutely echo with you. In fact, my question was, what was the petrol pump or the whole pump thing doing in a fuel cell that goes into the car? I mean, why did that fit into the business case? Again, I mean, even if I assume that you're going to invest and create a fuel cell, giving you the benefit of doubt, somehow you will manage it. But I didn't understand the whole part of the other part of the story.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, honestly, it looked
Yeah,
like
so
yeah. Tell us.
yes, sir. So main reason we tried to enter into the hydrogen distribution business was one of the main reason why this hydrogen economy is not developing is because of lack of infrastructure. So we think that we can create value in that segment as well by setting up the distribution system.
I think, I mean, honestly, you need to be very clear. I mean, there are two very different businesses altogether. Distribution business is completely different from a very technology driven. And I think, I mean, honestly, I absolutely agree with Dr. Anurag. I think it's a, well, it's
You
a
know what?
buzzword. But
Let me just say this, Mr. Runa, and the audience here. Elon Musk wanted to go to Mars. You know what he did? He started with Zip2. And then he started PayPal. Then he created Tesla. Then SpaceX. You know. So if you want to create an infrastructure, you want to do something, please think of something practical, something where you want to start. You're looking at an industry and a problem. Uh, well, if you have time and I see you, I'll tell you, what are the challenges here. But keeping that aside, we have to look at the problems. What is expected out of this competition, what you're participating in it, and do justice to that, justice to time of the organization and people like us as well. But we didn't find any of the parameters what we are here to evaluate on any of your presentation or what you have given so far. So hope you improve in the future attempts wherever you're going to make. But that's all from, I think, our side. Ms. Nuna, would that be
yeah,
all?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So after this dive into the hydrogen economy, we have Team Aj next from IIM Indore. Please go ahead with your presentation.
Hi, we are Team Arch from IIM Indore. In today's dynamic landscape, many turn passions into home businesses, but scale limits reaching the right audience. For instance, imagine someone growing vegetables on their balcony. Despite having surplus produce, selling it at a vegetable market presents difficulties. These customer personas collectively highlight the shared struggle arising from the constraints of small-scale homemade operations. The question is, how can we empower these ventures to achieve greater success despite their unique challenges? The primary pain point revolved around the need for capital to upgrade businesses, a limited customer base, logistical and delivery issues, and a lack of visibility. Our innovative solution involves strategically targeting specific localities based on various parameters such as population, demographics, income, and behavioral aspects, including a preference for homemade products. Leveraging the existing infrastructure of GeoMart, we plan to onboard carefully selected home-scale enterprises onto the platform. providing a supply of raw materials at wholesale price and offering logistical support. Geo Financial Services would extend credit to eligible entrepreneurs. Additionally, our platform introduces an exciting feature, an opportunity for dynamic pricing and even auctioning for specific products. Through this comprehensive platform, we offer a holistic suite of services to empower home scale. We are adding a new feature named Home Scale Products into GeoMart app's all category page. The primary categories we aim to showcase on the feature include homemade food items, homegrown vegetables, painting, and craft items. By combining data-driven insights and the established infrastructure of GeoMart, our solution strives to not only address the challenges but also to cultivate a thriving ecosystem that celebrates and promotes creativity at the grassroots level, which is in line with GeoMart's existing vision to transform millions of small-scale merchants both physically and digitally. For Reliance, it provides an opportunity for diversifying revenue stream, competitive differentiation, and market expansion. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We are Team Arch from IIM Indore. We feel honored to present our home scale product pitch. Primary research on our 20 plus customer personas highlighted the shared struggles, including a narrow customer base, logistical challenges, and low visibility. So the question was, how do we empower these home scale entrepreneurs using Reliance existing capabilities? For that, we did a secondary research which helped us to formulate the proposed solution of a holistic suite of services to empower home scale. Our innovative solution involves strategically targeting specific localities based on various parameters such as population, demographic, income, and behavioral aspects, including a preference for homemade products. We would then be leveraging geo financial services to provide credit to selected entrepreneurs. GeoMart would give homepreneurs raw material at wholesale price. All the products would be listed in app based on their categories. Post which it will help homepreneurs in delivery and post purchase services. And we could monetize on delivery fees, raw material fees, platform fees, advertisement, etc. Moving on to the next slide.
So we will include a separate home scale products category in the GeoMart. And under this segment, we will list different products such as the homemade cakes, homegrown vegetables, homemade snacks, personalized handmade gifts, and so on. So each user in the GeoMart can access the details of the home seller, such as the number of years of their existence, the previous customer reviews, their customer rating, and so on. They can also register their complaints and any issues with the order through the app. So this app is in line with GeoMart's existing vision to empower millions of small-scale and home-scale merchants in India. So this helps GeoMart enable a diversified revenue stream, helps support and empower local businesses, expand into a newer market, and offer a differentiation in their app, as well as ensure an efficient supply chain for their home-scale merchants, which is not only limited to the platform, but includes the credit, wholesale raw materials at wholesale prices. And this also helps in the financial inclusion of millions of such home scale entrepreneurs, including lakhs of women engaged in such small businesses. So the revenue streams we propose are the subscription fees, which is a monthly fees on the platform, the advertising revenue through the platform, and the sale of the wholesale products to these home entrepreneurs, interest income from the loans provided to these small scale merchants, as well as the platform or commission fees on a per order basis and the delivery fees. So we have also included a brief estimate of the financial profits or the cash flows for the first 4 years. Thank you.
Mr. Luna, request you to go with your
You
question
interestingly
first.
put in a
Thanks.
lot of geo brands there. I didn't see anything in the distribution. Do you not find us in the distribution area? You had GeoMart, Geo Financial, or you didn't do your homework. We are also there for information.
We
In the last,
majorly focused on the Geomart business because even now we can see a lot of them adding a lot of local merchants or kirana stores in the platform. So yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you must have looked at, is there any current platform that is addressing this?
Yes, there are many platforms, but the major differentiation we put is that current platforms they only provide a platform for the sellers. They do not help them procure raw materials, or they do not provide any credit services. So what we are doing is that we are using the entire ecosystem, which includes provision of raw materials at wholesale prices to the GeoMart partner app, as well as credit services from JFS and other sources. So that's how we differentiate ourselves from existing apps, which just provide a platform to these home scale sellers.
Dr. Anurag?
Thank you, Mr. Luna. You already covered the important question there, but I'd, what's your view? I mean, I mean, I'm sure you know about the ONDC, and in the context of the ONDC, don't you think a platform like ONDC can do this better? Is designed around this, and when it comes to the cost cutting, it actually eliminates, I would say, people like you.
So yes, ONDC and even the major existing platforms are really big competitors for us. But I believe that offering the best services to our customers, which is both the home scale merchants as well as users, are really important. If we take the example of ONDC, so currently their services are limited and the technology they use is not very, not top notch. So there are a lot of problems these users face. So I believe providing the best services to the customers as well
Give
as
me an
the
example.
merchants.
Give me an example if you
Yeah.
have one.
So like I have heard where people have ordered things and it might be something they have ordered from a nearby shop, but it might not have been delivered, and there are no instances of any refund or any proper customer support through the app. But what we differentiate is that we offer these services as well as the best services to both the merchant and the user side.
No, that is just saying. How would you do that?
So that's the existing infrastructure. If you see that GeoMart already has the existing infrastructure where they provide these services, where they also try to include the Kirana stores through the GeoMart partner app. So we need not create a new value chain or something, invest in something new. We can make use of the existing infrastructure to provide the best services
Existing infrastructure for who?
of the GeoMart platform.
Yeah, but then you're riding on the GeoMart, right? I mean, so the question is like, why would the Geo allow you to do this? Why Geo will not do this?
So, like we believe that this is in line with their existing vision, where they aim to empower many small scale merchants. So, this is a differentiated revenue stream. So, if we see that a lot of people have preferences for homemade products or handmade products, which people perceive to be natural or even unique compared to the existing machine made things. So, we believe that there will be enough demand for such products.
Right, but I'm saying, so you are saying that you would tie up with GeoMart or the Geo platform system, right?
Yes.
But I did not hear any of that in your proposal. That's fundamental to this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You build the whole thing, and I don't see how would you convince the Geo management to do this. Why would they do this? You're talking about customer, you're talking about yourself, but what the Geo gets out of it?
Yeah, we will have to convince them, show them that this is a feasible solution, even though we have not included this in our slide. But yeah, that's an important aspect, as you mentioned.
Yeah. So identifying who are your customers, who are your stakeholders, everything, and handling them very carefully. If you don't include in your business plan and the pitch, then that's a fundamental first of all.
Yes, yes.
To add on to the point, the business case that is currently projected in the slide is a small example of what Geo as a whole family would benefit by being a partner with us.
Yeah, but I did not see what they would benefit in terms of the monetary, right? I mean, this platform is created for creating the additional business revenue. So how does it help Geo in that sense? I mean, as I said, the Geo themselves can do this. You are using a lot of infrastructure of the Geo. So how much share of your earnings, what additional revenues will be generated, how that would be shared? I did not see any of that. You have to, right? Have you looked at some of this interesting apps called Neighborhood, Hood, No Broker? They are coming with all this, and I would say they are even better suited on this kind of application what you're proposing than the Geo itself, because it's more about the local community. I'm not going to order something, let's say, even 2 kilometers beyond my radius of circle where I'm staying. So I think you need to put those options, how you compare. It's quite important because I know everybody wants to do digital, but then if you want to do digital based businesses, you will have to identify your, competition, the gap, and those need to be articulated very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all from our end, I guess, Ms. Luna. Yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you for your presentation and time with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Aj. And next, we have Team Silent Storm from IIM Lucknow. Please go ahead with your presentation.
My name is Chirag. I'm proposing a software that will automate the customized instrument design for oral cancer surgery using the power of generative AI. This will increase the speed and accuracy of surgery and eventually lead to a normal life for a patient. My inspiration for this idea stems from my work experience in the healthcare industry. I had the privilege of closely collaborating with the leading surgeons in India who operate on the oral cancer patients. What I discovered was a critical problem. The accuracy of oral cancer surgery heavily depends on the surgeon's judgment, increasing the risk of patients not getting the quality of life. Also, current customized solution is not scalable as they involve a lot of human intervention. The software I am designing will follow 6 simple steps to reduce the designing and planning by around 90%. Step 1. Import the patient CT scan. Step 2. AI will generate 3D bones from the CT scan. Step 3. Surgeon will input specific requirements related to surgery. Step 4. AI will pre-plan the mouth construction. Step 5. Customized instrument will be designed automatically by the AI. Step 6. Customized instrument will be 3D printed at the hospital venue. This customized instrument will make sure the reconstruction is exactly as per plan. Hospital will be provided with our software and it can be operated by surgeons or their assistants. Fees will be charged on per case basis to hospitals. From a business perspective, the potential impact is enormous. The Indian Cancer Society reports over 1 lakh cases of oral cancer annually. Our solution not only saves life but also makes a sound business sense. It addresses a critical need in the market, enhances the surgical outcome, and improves the patient quality of life. Precision, automation, and the scalability are the cornerstone of this idea. And with your support, we can make this vision to a reality. Thank you.
Hi,
Hello,
please
everyone.
unmute yourself. We can't hear you at all.
Yes, now I am audible.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm proposing a solution which is customized implant design using the AI for oral cancer patient. So if we understand the current market, there's a need for a quality of healthcare. If you look at the cancer patient's surgical experience, their afterlife after surgery is not that great, and they are looking for better solution. And customized implants provides very better result compared to traditional solution. Doctors and patients are also getting awareness about this solution, but the problem with this is that the surgery start tad between TAT between implant delivery is very high, and longer wait time is not possible in case of cancer patient. Also, accessibility is increasing because of insurance penetration rate increasing, and various government schemes like Ayushman Bharat, and also if you look at state government schemes, like for example in Gujarat, Ma Vatsalya Yojana is also being prompted as a very good scheme. So this financial support is increasing the accessibility, and affordability of customized implant will increase with the use. So if you look at the journey, the patient CT scan will be imported, converted to 3D model. Planning and design will happen on that patient CT scan, which will be very personalized for that patient. Will 3D print the implants and the surgical guide and perform the surgery. What I'm proposing is I want to convert this journey into completely automation. For example, we'll train the AI model to perform design the instruments and implants by itself. This will reduce the human intervention by closely 90%, and it will also empower hospital to perform more surgeries instead of currently at 2 surgeries for oral cancer patient. My solution will be the one-stop solution at the hospital venue, and will be the easiest option for the surgeon, so that the logistic cost is reduced. Also, our value proposition will be increasing the surgery time, reducing the surgery time, increasing the accuracy and cost per unit. Next, we'll look at other companies are doing at a very particular type of value chain. For example, certain companies are working in the automation of converting CT scan into 3D model, but some are into automated design of implants for one specific surgery. So what I am proposing is Reliance healthcare ecosystem. We can provide, so we can start with fibula cutting guide, which is for oral cancer patient. Then we can get the data of patient, and we can use that data to train AI model, and eventually we can end up at a as a end-to-end solution for hospital. Our revenue streams will be software revenue per case, 3D printer, cross sell, and material. Material Reliance can also produce in longer term, as they are into the this type of material chemical business also, and we can move to this. And if you look at the unit economics, I've done the basic calculation at India level, and the projected revenue for this particular surgery is around 27 crores per year.
Mr. Luna, I request you to go ahead with the question, please.
Chirag?
Yes.
I'm sure that today there are implants happening on the 3D printed, at least for the orthopedic area.
Yes.
It
Yes.
is there. I honestly do not know on the domain of oral part of it, but I just fail to understand what does AI play to, and what's the AI play in this? Can you just help me a little better on that? Because
Yes.
today you,
Sir, I myself,
uh,
yes. Yeah, I myself has worked for 1 year in this customized implant industry. For oral cancer, there exists a solution which is customized. The problem here is the longer wait time. For example, once the CT scan of patient arrives, and from that to delivering the 3D printed implant to hospital, the stat is around 15-20 days, or sometimes a month as well. So this time is very long, and wait period is not possible for cancer patient, because cancer is spreading inside your body. So in order to avoid this, what I'm proposing is we can set up a lab at a hospital venue itself. For example, the our automate software will design the instrument, customized instrument as per their natural born, and this will be 3D printed at a hospital venue. So automation in the implant design will reduce the TAT in the designing part, and then the 3D printed at a hospital venue will reduce the logistical time. So that way I want to compress this part. and make it more scalable, because without reducing this time we cannot make this customized implant industry very scalable, because the debt is very high right now.
So, Chirag, just help me understand again. Lack of, ignorance from my side, lack of knowledge. Uh, you are treating the cancer, and
Yes.
you have kind of requested for a implant to be created at a certain point.
Yes.
Uh, I don't see as to how the spreading happens, because you're controlling the cancer spread by medicine, and at least
Sir, but huh,
the implant
but
and the implant can happen. For example, between two chemo cycles there is a period, okay, and the patient can wait for it to come. So I, I don't understand how this 15 days of saving, and that's one part of the question. How does it help in the controlling of the spread? Okay, yes, it can ease their life faster. Uh, Second thing is the economies of scale of putting a 3D printing machine at the hospital, uh, because, and what is the frequency of usage? Will it
hmm.
give me the benefit of the cost effectiveness? How many implants will I probably do in a year? And what would be the price of a 3D printing machine of this nature?
Sure.
And it was that
uh,
cheap. Why is that happening now? Yeah.
Sure. Sir, I would like to answer that part. First, we'll start with the fibula cutting guide. That is a cutting guide which will be used. So basically, for oral cancer, if we remove the cancer affected part, then the guide pre-plan basically will reconstruct the that shape using the bone from our leg, and that bone will be cutted into three segments, and that segment will reconstruct this part. So for that, surgeon have to measure or do all the measurement and planning inside the operation theater. We are taking this outside the operation theater, and they have to just put the that guide that will be designed for that specification. A surgeon have to cut that bone inside the OT, and the reconstruction will happen then only. The key problem here, sir, is that, and if we'll talk about the cost of 3D printer for plastic part, which is medical certified so generally the formlab company makes that part, so that will cost around 5 to 6 lakh. And generally if we look about the frequency like utilization of that 3D printing, generally, for example, if I talk about, for I have worked with leading hospital Zydus in the Ahmedabad or the army hospital other, they perform two oral cancer surgeries per day. And if we are charging 5,000 rupees per case also for planning our automated designs, that is very feasible for them as well. Because in medical industry, a single screw also cost you a 5-7,000 rupees. So comparative cost is very low. So, and they are very happy to provide. But the only problem with surgeon is that I want this for all the cases and not for the one cases. If you are taking 15-20 days to deliver this component for every cases, it's not feasible for us, because accuracy is increasing for certain patient and other I have to do manually, so it doesn't make sense from my perspective.
Dr. Anurag, over to you. Dr. Anurag, your questions, please.
No, I'm good, Ms. Runa and Chirag here. I think you already touched on the important point there. But I guess the initial question, Mr. Runa, what you had was what is the use of the AI in this? I still did not get it. I understand the
Sure.
overall requirement and use of 3D printing and cutting down on the time and the logistics. That's all good. But
Sir, I want to answer your question. So AI will automate this designing part. Currently, the manual designing takes very long time. First, we have to meet surgeons daily to get their inputs, then design the whole component and get the approval. So what AI will do is it will automate the designing part, which is the designing procedure is quite standardized, but the instrument will be customized for individual patient. So using this standardized process, we can automate the designing part by training that model. And we were doing this in the pilot stage, and we have achieved the point selection and other part. But this part, we need resources to implement this. And by reducing, like for example, we were taking around 10 hours for designing part, and with the AI, we can do it in within 15 minutes or the half an hour. So
No,
this
so,
time
so
will.
I think we have run out of time, Chirag. I would just request, for your future, when you use a word AI, AI is a very, very generic, and there are various kinds of AI. Please be very specific what you mean by that, because I'm sure the kind of AI what you're talking about is not required here. That kind of, let's say, algorithms and certain solutions are already available, but they don't fall in the typical category of AI. But that's perfectly fine. Good luck with your idea and development. Thanks for your time today here.
Sure, sir. Thank you for the feedback. I will keep this in mind.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chirag. And now we have Mahindra Makhija from ITM Gwalior. Please go ahead with your pitch.
वेरी गुड इवनिंग। मेरी एक स्टार्टअप कंपनी खोलने की इच्छा है और मेरी स्टार्टअप कंपनी का जो विज़न है वो है कस्टमर सेंट्रिक, और मेरी कंपनी का मिशन है कैसे कस्टमर तक लोएस्ट प्राइस में हम उन तक प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज उन तक पहुंचा सकें। मेरी कंपनी का जो एक बेसिक आइडिया है वो ये है कि हम लोग जो इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट सॉल्यूशंस होते हैं जैसे कि केबल्स, सोलर पैनल्स, बैटरी, इन्वर्टर्स, स्विचेस, बल्ब्स, सारे वो इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट जो रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में हमारे पास यूज़ होते हैं, मैं उन सारे इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट्स को शॉप से, फैक्ट्री से डायरेक्टली कंज्यूमर से, एंड कंज्यूमर तक पहुंचाना चाहता हूँ। अब ये पहुंचेगा कैसे? सबसे पहले हम एक मोबाइल ऐप बनाएंगे जिसके थ्रू हम रिटेल कस्टमर्स को अपनी तरफ खींचेंगे। रिटेल कस्टमर्स में हम टीयर 1 सिटीज़ पे ज़्यादा फोकस करेंगे एज़ कम्पेयर टू टीयर 2 एंड टीयर 3 सिटीज़ थ्रू एम कॉमर्स। वहाँ पर हम जो मिनिमम ऑर्डर रखेंगे, प्लेसमेंट ऑर्डर, वो लगभग 1500 का रखेंगे ताकि वो लोग वहाँ पर कंज्यूमर्स बाय कर सके अपने प्रोडक्ट को। और उसके साथ साथ अब बात आती है उन तक प्रोडक्ट तो पहुंच गया, लेकिन सर्विस बेसिकली हमको सबसे बड़ी जो चीज़ आती है पावर सॉल्यूशन में वो आती है सर्विस की, इलेक्ट्रिशियन की। वो कहाँ से आएंगे? तो हम लोग जो मैन पावर का लेकर आएंगे, जितने भी ऑल ओवर इंडिया में जितने भी ITI करे हुए लोग हैं जो मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग को जानते हैं, या जो भी या फिर हम अपने आउटसोर्सिंग कर सकते हैं अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को थ्रू एन अर्बन क्लैपिंग के साथ हम टाई अप कर सकते हैं, और उसके थ्रू हम लोग उन तक वो सर्विस, हम दो चीज़ों को मिक्स करना चाहते हैं। प्रोडक्ट हम डायरेक्टली कंपनी से खरीदेंगे और उनसे ऑर्डर लेंगे, ऑर्डर उनको देंगे और वो डायरेक्टली कस्टमर तक पहुंचेगा, और हम लोग सर्विसेज थ्रू मैन पावर हम उन तक पहुंचाएंगे, उन तक एक कॉल बैक जाएगा ताकि वो सर्विस उन तक पहुंच सके। ये हो गया टीयर 1 सिटीज़ के थ्रू। दूसरा आता है टीयर 3 सिटीज़। टीयर 2 और टीयर 3 सिटीज़ में हम लोकल मार्केट में हम शॉप्स खोलेंगे ताकि हम एक ट्रस्ट डेवलप कर सकें उनके बीच में रहकर, ताकि उनको ये ना लगे कि हमने उनको प्रोडक्ट तो सेल कर दिया लेकिन वो सर्विसेज कहाँ मिलेगी। तो वो सर्विसेज हम एक शॉप्स खरीदेंगे। टीयर 2 एंड टीयर 3 सिटीज़ में बेसिकली रेंट कम होता है, इसलिए हम उन टीयर 2 टीयर 3 सिटीज़ में हम लोग बाय करेंगे शॉप्स, बाय और रेंटल पे हम लेंगे शॉप्स और उन तक पहुंचाएंगे वो सारा प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज। थैंक यू।
Hello, I'm audible. Hello. A warm welcome to everyone. I am Mahindra Makhija, a student of ITM Universe, Gwalior, presenting an innovative solution for the power equipment. As the project name is MGR Sales and the tagline itself denotes, ये सिर्फ एक नाम नहीं, एक ब्रांड है। सबसे पहले मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ आपको कि ये जो MGR सेल्स है ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म रहेगा, और सेकंड हम इसको सेकंड लेवल पे जब हम इसको लेकर जाएंगे तो हम इसको एक मार्केटिंग प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी बनाएंगे, और दोनों लेवल्स पे ही हम एक सर्विस प्रोवाइड करेंगे विच विल बी रिलेटेड टू आर इट्स प्रोडक्ट। पहली चीज़। और आगे बढ़ने से पहले मैं ये मानना चाहता हूँ, आप लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करना चाहता हूँ कि आप मेरे एज़ अ कस्टमर हैं एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू नो हाउ डू यू फील। अगर आपको पता चले आपके पास गाड़ी है, बंगला है, लेकिन आपको पता चलता है कि गाड़ी में लगने वाली जो बैटरीज़ हैं, बंगले में जो लगने वाला इन्वर्टर बैट सेटअप है, सोलर पैनल्स है, लाइट फिटिंग्स हैं, इन सब के लिए आपको डिपेंड होना पड़ता है नियर बाय शॉप्स पे या फिर कंपनी के रजिस्टर्ड डीलर के साथ। और आपको एक इलेक्ट्रीशियन, फिटर की भी ज़रूरत रहती है टू डू ऑल सच थिंग। तो बेसिकली इसी चीज़ के लिए हम सॉल्यूशन लेकर आए हैं एमजीआर सेल्स। और एमजीआर सेल्स कैसे वर्क करता है वो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ। एमजीआर सेल्स सबसे पहले रिटेलर्स के लिए काम करेगा, जो टियर 1 सिटीज़ के लिए काम करेगा, जहाँ पर हम मोबाइल ऐप्स के थ्रू काम करेंगे। और टियर 2, टियर 3 सिटीज़ में हम मोबाइल ऐप्स के साथ-साथ हम वहाँ पर एक ओपन करेंगे सर्विस स्टेशन स्टोर्स, ताकि वहाँ के जो पॉपुलेशन है वो रिलाय कर सके हमारे ऑनलाइन प्लेटफ़ॉर्म्स पे और वो हमारे साथ जुड़ सके, पहली चीज़। दूसरी चीज़, हमारा जो प्रोडक्ट होगा वो हम बल्क बाइंग जो कस्टमर्स होते हैं हम उनके लिए भी लेकर आएँगे। बल्क बाइंग कस्टमर्स का मतलब है जैसे स्कूल्स, कॉलेजेस, गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेज़, हॉस्पिटल्स, जो रजिस्टर्ड रिसिपिएंट होते हैं, उनके लिए हम लेकर आएँगे ई-कॉमर्स वेबसाइट्स, जिनके लिए हम कोई सर्विस स्टेशन ना तो ओपन करेंगे, ना ही हम उनको कोई भी कोई सर्विस या वर्कर के थ्रू हम सर्विस प्रोवाइड करेंगे। हम उनको सिर्फ़ और सिर्फ़ प्रोडक्ट सेल करेंगे लेस मार्जिन से पे, क्योंकि जो वहाँ की जो डि क्योंकि ये जो लोग होते हैं बल्क बाइंग वाले जो कस्टमर्स होते हैं वो डिपेंडेंट होते हैं रजिस्टर्ड डीलर के साथ। रजिस्टर्ड डीलर एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ बैठा हुआ है, इसलिए वो मार्जिन ज़्यादा चार्ज करता है और हमारे पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में सिर्फ़ हमारे पास सिर्फ़ ई-कॉमर्स वेबसाइट होगी, तो इसलिए हम बेसिकली कम से कम मार्जिन्स पे हम उनके साथ डील कर पाएँगे और अच्छी डील कर पाएँगे। यहाँ पे जो ट्विस्ट रखा गया है वो रिटेल कैटेगरी के साथ जो रखा गया है, वो ये रखा गया है कि मिनिमम ऑर्डर वैल्यू जो होगी उनकी, वो लगभग 1500 से ₹1000 के बीच का हम ऑर्डर प्राइस रखेंगे। और जो बल्क बाइंग कैटेगरी होगी उसमें हम मिनिमम ऑर्डर प्राइस रखेंगे 2 लाख और अबव। और फिर इसके बाद आता है एमजीआर सेल्स सर्विस प्रोवाइड करी, तो सर्विस हम कैसे प्रोवाइड करने वाले हैं, जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट होगा, जैसे अभी जो आईटीआई पास लोग होते हैं या जो भी लोग होते हैं, अनएम्प्लॉयड लोग होते हैं, एक तो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हटेगा क्योंकि आईटीआई पास जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं या जो बीटेक पास स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनको जो नौकरियाँ नहीं मिल पा रही हैं, तो इस वजह से वो लोग अपना कर पाएँगे। और या फिर अगर हम कोई रिमोट एरिया है जहाँ पर हम ये सारी सर्विस नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, तो हम आउटसोर्सिंग भी कर सकते हैं अर्बन क्लैप के साथ कोई दूसरे एरियाज़ में। यहाँ पर एक और नया जो ट्विस्ट है वो है वारंटी क्लेम का। कंपनी खुद आज की डेट में जो वारंटी क्लेम्स हैं, वो कंपनियाँ अपना खुद का एक वर्कर उनके पास भेजती हैं और कस्टमर के पास और उनके साथ डील करती हैं। दैट्स इट। और हम बेसिकली जो एमजीआर सेल्स है, वो जो हम जो हमारे पार्टनर्स होंगे, उनके जो कस्टमर बेस होगा, उनके साथ हम इंटरफेरेंस नहीं करेंगे। हमारे पार्टनर्स जो हैं अ, वो होंगे अमराजा एनर्जी एंड मोबिलिटी लिमिटेड, माइक्रोटेक, ओकाया, एचबीएल कंपनी, एचबीएल, एचपीएल एंड द वी गार्ड एंड मैनी मोर। थैंक यू। Very good. Very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Mr. Luna, do you want to have your first question or? Hello.
जी सर।
Mr. Luna, did you ask me a question or you want
No,
me to
no.
go ahead?
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for your pitch today. So I really did not get the clear understanding of what you're proposing, what the business is all about. I heard multiple, I would say, vocabulary of e-commerce, m-commerce, blah blah blah. Uh, but it sounded to me that it is more of a platform, to allow this very specific power equipment companies to sell their product through your platform and then you would provide some services or something also for those companies. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, next time I want to think बेसिकली मैं एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बनाना चाहता हूँ जहाँ पर ये जो आप जैसे देख पा रहे हैं प्रोडक्ट पोर्टफोलियो रेंजेस जो हैं ये सारी की सारी सर्विसेज ये सारे के सारे प्रोडक्ट्स हम उन पे रखेंगे अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पर और इसके साथ-साथ हमारे साथ जो पार्टनर्स रहेंगे, जैसे बैटरीज़ की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो हम अमर राजा बैटरीज़ के साथ टाई अप करेंगे और जैसे इन्वर्टर्स की बात करूँ तो हम माइक्रोटेक के साथ टाई अप करेंगे और जो सोलर पैनल्स है उसके लिए एचबीएल, एचपीएल, वी-गार्ड इन सब के साथ टाई अप करेंगे और ओकाया कंपनी के साथ टाई अप करेंगे, जहाँ पर ईवी सेक्टर्स मिल सकता है हमें आरओ प्यूरीफायर मिल सकते हैं हमें, हम वो सारे प्रोडक्ट्स ऑनलाइन प्लेटफ़ॉर्म पे बेचेंगे कस्टमर्स को।
नहीं, तो पहले ये बताओ कि इस तरह का प्लेटफ़ॉर्म अवेलेबल है या नहीं है? कौन
पहली चीज़
कर रहा है?
जी।
बिकॉज़ बी टू बी के सेगमेंट में मोग्लिक्स जैसी कंपनीज़ हैं, राइट?
जी।
देयर आर अदर कंपनीज़ हू आर आल्सो ऑपरेटिंग इन दिस, तो उनके साथ क्या दिक्कत है?
जैसे मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ जैसे फ्लिपकार्ट है, अमेज़न है, ये जितनी भी सर्विसेज़ मतलब ई-कॉमर्स वेबसाइट्स हैं, ये पर्टिकुलर इस सेक्टर इस सेगमेंट पे काम नहीं कर रही हैं सर। मतलब वो बैटरीज़ तो बेच रही हैं लेकिन वो लोग जैसे वर्कर जैसे इलेक्ट्रिशियन हुआ, वो लोग उसको प्रोवाइड नहीं कर रहे हैं। वहाँ पर वो लैग कर रहे हैं, वो सिर्फ़ प्रोडक्ट बेच रहे हैं, मैं प्रोडक्ट के साथ सर्विस भी देना चाहता हूँ।
सर्विस किस सेंस में? द इलेक्ट्रीशियन आपका कस्टमर है या नहीं है?
इलेक्ट्रीशियन हम बेसिकली जो वर्कर्स होंगे, जो एम्प्लॉइज़ होंगे हम उनको हायर पे रखेंगे।
नहीं, तो आप इलेक्ट्रीशियन की सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो अर्बन क्लैब की तरह?
हाँ, मतलब हम दोनों देंगे, प्रोडक्ट भी देंगे और वो भी देंगे, सर्विस भी देंगे। प्रोडक्ट हम बेसिकली हम कंपनी से बाय आउट कर रहे हैं और जो सर्विस है या तो हम अपने खुद के एम्प्लॉय करने वाले हैं या फिर हम अर्बन क्लैपिंग के साथ टाई अप कर सकते हैं।
ये सारी जो कंपनीज़ हैं जिनके खुद के प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, उनके खुद के सर्विसेज़, आपको लगता है कि वो अपने चैनल्स उतना नहीं ग्रो कर सकते जितना आप उनके लिए कर सकते हो?
एक्चुअली हो क्या रहा है, ये यहाँ पर सिर्फ़ लोकल स्टोर्स पे ही बिक रहा है। ये ऑनलाइन नहीं इतना सेल अप हो पा रहा है। जैसे वायर्स हैं, जैसे
तो ठीक
केबल्स
है,
हैं, सोलर पैनल्स हैं।
ऑनलाइन ठीक है। नहीं, ऑनलाइन हो गया तो आप उनके लिए जब आप प्लेटफ़ॉर्म बोल रहे हो तो आप उनके लिए स्टोर करोगे, आप उनके लिए इन्वेंटरी क्रिएट करोगे कि आप लोकल शॉप से ही बेचोगे?
हम बेसिकली जो उन कंपनीज़ हैं, उनके साथ जो जैसे सैमसंग का कोई भी मॉडल आता है फ्लिपकार्ट पे, तो उसके लिए फ्लिपकार्ट कोई स्टोरेज नहीं रखता है अपने पास।
नहीं, उनके कुछ वेयर हाउसेज़ होते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द मार्केट।
वेयर हाउसेज़ जी, वेयर
हाँ,
हाउसेज़ तो
तो
रखनी
वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, तो इन्वेंटरी आप मैनेज करोगे?
जी, बिल्कुल।
तो आप
उससे
आप
उससे
आपसे
कंपनियों की
आप
सेल्स भी
बोल रहे हैं,
बढ़ेगी
सॉरी?
उससे कंपनियों की सेल्स भी बढ़ेगी सर।
नहीं, वो तो ठीक है कि सेल्स बढ़ेगी, लेकिन आप बोल रहे हो कि आप ऐसा बिजनेस क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं जिसमें आप इन्वेंट्री पूरा प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट करें, उसको बेचें भी और साथ में सर्विस भी करें।
जी।
तो आप फ्लिपकार्ट, अमेज़न प्लस वर्बन क्लैप ऐसा कुछ बनना चाहते हैं,
जी।
दोनों मिला के।
जी।
आपको लगता है कि ये बिज़नेस प्रॉफ़िटेबल है?
बिल्कुल सर, क्योंकि
कैसे?
इसमें एक तो प्रोडक्ट सेल हो रहा है सर, मार्जिन्स हम दे ही रहे हैं अपने निकल के आ ही रहे हैं कंपनी से। दूसरी चीज़ बेसिकली हम यहाँ पे एक एनुअल मेंटेनेंस चार्ज के नाम पर हम रखेंगे जो बेसिकली हमारे वर्कर्स के लिए रखा जाएगा, जो
नहीं,
साल भर
नहीं,
के लिए
इसका सही जवाब देने का तरीका ये है कि आप जितनी ये सारी कंपनियाँ उनका बैलेंस शीट उठा के मेरे को बताओ कि ये
हाँ,
प्रॉफ़िटेबल है या नहीं है?
वो सब लॉस मेकिंग कंपनीज़ है सर। सर हर
और
स्टार्टअप
आप प्रॉफ़िटेबल हो गए, क्यों? वही तो मेरा क्वेश्चन है।
हर स्टार्टअप सर एक लॉस मेकिंग कंपनी है, ज़ोमैटो देख लीजिए आप, कोई भी कंपनी देख लेंगे सर, हर कंपनी लॉस मेकिंग है। मैं आपसे एंड में सिर्फ
नहीं,
एक
बट
ही
वो एक
चीज़
यूएसपी की बात करते हैं ना, आप वो एक यूएसपी बताओ ना मेरे को, तो वही मैं ढूँढ रहा हूँ आपको, क्या
मैं
डिफरेंट
बस
कर रहे हो?
एक लास्ट पॉइंट सर यही कहना चाहूँगा आपसे कि सर एक आइडिया पे किसी की भी मोनोपोली नहीं होती और मैं एक फर्स्ट मूवर एडवांटेज लेना चाहता हूँ क्योंकि अभी तक इस पर्टिकुलर चीज सेगमेंट पे सर जो जिसकी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ उस पे अभी तक सर किसी ने भी काम नहीं किया है। जैसे ईवी व्हीकल्स जो डायरेक्टली ऑनलाइन बिक रहे हैं, या आरओ प्यूरिफायर्स हैं, या जो केबल्स होती हैं, स्विचेस होते हैं, छोटा से छोटा ऑर्डर भी सर 1200
No, no,
रुपए
I
तक।
understood. The segment what you have selected is fine. That's not an issue. जो आपका segment selected है वो ठीक है ना? But मैं
जी
तो कह रहा हूँ कि ये जो business overall है, आप जो तरीका है ना, वो segment के लिए आप वही तरीका लगाओगे कि उसके लिए strategy different होनी चाहिए, वो मैं समझना चाहता हूँ और वो मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है। मैंने सिंप्लीफाई किया। अगर आप बोलते हैं कि मैं फ्लिपकार्ट और अर्बन कैब दोनों मिलके होना चाहता हूँ, तो आप शायद ज्यादा टाइम दे पाते ये बताने के लिए कि आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी और ये प्रोडक्ट सेगमेंट जो आपने चूज किया है पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और इसका, वो क्यों ज्यादा मायने रखता है, और वो अभी तक मुझे नहीं क्लियरली आ पाया, मतलब आपकी पिच से। ठीक है, तो आप उस पर फोकस कीजिए रादर देन, क्योंकि अगर कोई चीज ऑलरेडी लिखी गई है, अगर रामायण लिखा गया है तो रामायण का रेफरेंस देना इजी है ना, रामायण फिर से समझाने की जरूरत नहीं है। तो अगले पिच में आप क्या कीजिए कि आप बताइए कि यू वांट टू बी द फ्लिपकार्ट, अमेजॉन एंड अर्बन क्लैप एंड जोमैटो, एवरीथिंग पुट टुगेदर, एंड देन टॉक अबाउट जो आप किस सेगमेंट में, क्योंकि अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि ये सेगमेंट मेरा यूनिक है, इसमें किसी ने किया है, तो आप बताइए कि वो सेगमेंट यूनिक क्यों है और वहां पे क्यों पैसा बन सकता है, इस पे ज्यादा ध्यान दीजिए, है ना?
ओके सर,
ठीक है। Makija ji, we have run out of time, I think. Miss Luna, if you have anything, sorry,
नहीं
take
नहीं,
it away.
nothing, क्योंकि ये
Yeah,
सारे
but thanks for your.
प्रोडक्ट, थैंक यू
Sorry.
महेंद्र जी, थैंक यू। आई थिंक सिर्फ ईवी व्हीकल छोड़ के बाकी सारे चीज आई थिंक अमेजन पे खरीद सकता हूँ आज की डेट पे।
नहीं सर,
तो
मिलते हैं लेकिन सर्विस नहीं मिलेगी सर।
हाँ
सर्विस नहीं
ठीक है,
मिलेगी।
इसलिए समझ गए, इसलिए आई विल नॉट बिल्ड ऑन। डॉक्टर अनुराग ने
ओके
आपको अच्छी तरह समझाया कि आपका पिच कैसे होनी चाहिए आगे जाके। ठीक है,
ओके, ठीक है, थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू।
Thank you, Mahendra. Thanks for your effort. Thanks very much.
थैंक यू सर।
Now we have the last team for today, Prod G from IM Lucknow. Please go ahead with your pitch.
Hi, this is Team Prod G, and we will be pitching for subscription-based cab booking model rather than current commission-based model. One day I was talking to my friend who is cab booking driver through Ola and Uber. He said,
Ola and Uber are taking commission from every ride. If you ever want to book cab, just call me, don't use their apps. Also, if any ride gets late due to traffic, they also cut charge for that.
and as a customer we also face several problems, that are, driver is taking too long to come, cab drivers cancelling rides for no reasons, so, whether it's cab driver or customer, we all want some solutions. Presenting subscription-based ride booking platform for the cab drivers and customers, where cab drivers will be charged subscription based on number of rides, it will remove the need of commission per ride by the platform provider. Now let's look at the model. We will have following plans. Basic plan, we will charge amount A for X short rides, Y mid rides and Z long rides where X is greater than Y which is greater than Z. Top-up plan, drivers can get additional rides of any particular type as per top-up plan. Infinity plan, drivers will get unlimited rides but it will available at premium pricing. Pricing of subscription plan will be done based on type of rides. Short, mid, long and dynamic, an estimate of drivers earning from the plan, operational cost of business and profit margins. Infinity plan will look similar to the commission-based model, so we will keep its prices competitive to make it more appeal. On the customer side, we will also introduce a premium for customers which will enable them booking low-cost rides. Drivers will get incentive to accept premium rides leading to increased ride acceptance, reduced wait time and better services. Further, let's discuss the features of the model. All the quoted price amount for the ride will go directly to the bank account of the cab driver. This will look more appealing to the cab drivers that they're not commissioned on every ride they take. The next feature of the model is, the drivers with the basic plan will have a limit on the number of rides they get as per the plan. This will lead to the reduction in the number of cancellations as each cancellation will have cost associated with it. Questions that arise, while shifting to a subscription model, drivers still incur costs. What are the advantages of this model? We'll make sure drivers earn more with the subscription model by charging lower fees per ride than the commission-based model. Next questions that arise, this will lead to lower margins for the platform provider company. So while initial margins may decrease, we plan to raise subscription fees gradually as we enhance quality and expand market share, ensuring competitiveness. Finally, let's discuss that what each holder gets from this business model. Customers get cheap rides, reduction in waiting times and better services. Benefits for cab drivers: no commission, no late charge and fair subscription charges. After all, ride booking platform provider gets fair profit margins, quality services and increased market share. Thank you.
Yeah, am I audible? Yeah, okay. Yeah, good afternoon, jury members. So I observed the pain points of all the stakeholders involved in this business. For customers, it was high waiting time and cancellation of the rides after confirmation. And for drivers, it was high commissions and extra charges. And for the company, it was disintermediation by the drivers, where many a times drivers were able to convince customers to save the commissions. So I propose the solution that cab drivers will be charged a subscription, and subscription will allow them to book a certain number of rides. It will remove the need of commission from every ride, but they obviously pay for the services as a subscription charge. And subscription charge per ride, if we calculate, will be much lower than the commission per ride. Now, to better help, I have taken one example, and currently these numbers are not real because I am in the ideation phase, but they are logically taken. So, if we charge a commission of say rupees 6,000, and a driver gets a certain number of rides based on the price of the rides. So, here I have written 50 short rides, 50 mid-range rides, and 30 long rides. And now let's look how this model actually solves the business problems. So for the driver, all the quoted price amount for the ride will go to his bank account. There will be no any commission in the process, and earning per ride will be in the subscription model is greater than the given if they are canceling less, then earning will be more, and if the acceptance rate is higher. Okay, so now point to note here is the driver with the basic plan will have a certain limit on the number of rides as per the plan. So now this will lead to the reduction in the number of cancellations, as each cancellation will have a cost associated with it. And for the company, I think there won't be any disintermediation and they will have fair profit margins. And there comes a potential trade-off. And in my opinion, it's a good trade-off that we are getting here is, and the trade-off is if the right acceptance rate is high, the quality of services will increase, but the company margins will decrease. So ideally, if a driver accepts all the rides without any cancellation, we will have the best possible services, but the margins will be higher for the drivers and lesser for us. And if the driver cancellation increases, which means the driver will get sort of rights and he has to renew his subscription, so the margins for us will increase. And I think the major challenge will be to convincing the customer segment to onboard on our platform, because we have very less things for customers. It is more of a problem solving for the for a company and for the drivers. But I think it will improve with the better services that after the model is implemented, that we can get those services. Thank you.
Mr. Luna, I request you to go first. Thanks.
Prabhakar, why does a driver cancel? I mean, that is the service. I think you're trying to solve that problem, no? Correct?
Yes.
As a customer, you're trying to solve my problem, saying that today you're facing a concern of cancellation.
Yes.
So why does a driver cancel it?
So there are multiple reasons, but there are multiple reasons which are obvious and which will happen in every business model, that are like I was talking to one of my friend who was a Ola driver. So he said his car is new, so he cannot drive in between the cities where there are chances that car can get scratch. And like that, if they think their profit margin is less, then also they cancel it. If the suppose yesterday only I was booking, and ride cost was only 36 rupees, so nobody accepted. I have to go walk. So these are certain things that will always be there, but one major cause that they cancel is that is disintermediation. Once they try to convince the customer, and if they are able to convince the customer, they will cancel, and then both agree and they both take the ride.
I mean, at least for having used the app for 10 years, at least no Ola or Uber driver ever called me saying that मैं अभी disconnect कर रहा हूँ, but I'll come and pick you up.
It
So,
happened with me.
okay, fine. Dr. Anurag, आपका over to you, please.
Thank you, Ms. Nuna. Yeah, so Prabhakar, I had the same question like Ms. Nuna, because we don't think a subscription model is going to change that behavior of the driver. It is more to do with, as you may have said, whether the profitability on that ride is good for them or not. And there has been a couple of, let's say, solution coming to the market where they allow to also find or discover the price itself. So I think that is something you could also think of introducing along with and the subscription is basically for you to get those clients. For you, they are both clients on either end, to bring them on the same platform and discover the pricing, right? So I actually add the same question. If you're talking about that subscription, then why are you trying to be Ola and Uber? And is there any reason why Ola Uber charges the kind of a percentage of commission they are charging? They are also in the business. They also are the smart people. Are they not thinking of, to go to the subscription model in that case, if it can make the same kind of money which their businesses should be making?
So, sir, as I already said, there will be a reduction in the revenue. This model with comes with the reduction in the revenue, but uh, I thought the main problem they face is disintermediation, and if this happens in a large scale, then I think many Ola and Uber, I think both made losses. Uber, I think, is not recovering law, but they both made the losses initially.
Yeah,
So
so
this
subscription is
intermediation,
a way to you to get your revenue. It's not a solution to the problem, right? You have to provide a solution to the problem, which I think somehow it has got lost in your ideation phase completely, because you focus more on the how are you going to get your revenue, and that's not the solution to the taxi driver and to the customer both. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we feel. But if you feel otherwise, I'm sure you should go ahead with your idea. If you think it is right, then you might want to change your idea, tweak it. But yes, there is a huge market still unsolved, I would say. And one of the major challenge, again, I would say, as a customer, I'm sure you would also relate to, is the condition of such cars. The guarantee of behaviors of the drivers and everything is just deteriorating every day. And that is something, if you want to be a, let's say, app-based company for the to manage the travel of a lot of people in this country, then you also have to look at that pain point of the customer, which is what when you are writing about the pain points, you have to write that pain points.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will consider that.
sure. But Mr. Luna, if you have no other question, we
Thank
can
you.
stop here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhakar, for your time and pitch to us here today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thanks, Prabhakar, and kudos to all the participating teams. The variety of innovative ideas showcased in this round is truly remarkable. Today's contest has heightened the bar with the promise to make the journey even more intense in the coming days to come. As you know, the winners of today's as you know, the winner of today's As you know, winner of today's elimination round will be stepping into the regional finale of TUP 9.0, where you will be battling against the winners of other elimination rounds. Now, to quell the curiosity as to the winner and runner-up for today's elimination round, the suspense will have to linger a little bit longer. Rest assured, the results of today's elimination round will be declared on our social media handles shortly. So keep those social media notifications active. As we conclude this round of competition, we would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to the jury for their insightful questions on each of the ideas presented today. We thank the audience and the team for making the interactive and exciting event with their futuristic ideas. All the best to everyone. You were amazing. Keep following us on social media handles and stay tuned for further updates. Stay abreast with all the exciting things going down on our social media platforms. We shall see you during the TUP 9 regional finale. Until then, take care and have a good day.